What's up everybody, Grant here from Spectra Racing. So we're back after going to the firm. So this time I have made almost no changes since the last time we went to the firm to try and get to that 1 minute 17 second goal, the lap time at the firm. So did we meet it? It got pretty dang close. I did get a time of a 1 minute 19 seconds. So how did I accomplish that and what differences were there? So let's just first start off with any changes to the car. So pretty much there were almost no changes to the car. I hadn't even driven it pretty much since October, when that was the last track day. So really the only changes was the rear lower control arms, or the front rear lower control arm was switched from Delrin to Poly. That's because the Delrin ones broke. It's probably just because it was a mishmash design. They just kind of fell off because you're supposed to use them with a newer generation lower control arm. So they didn't really fit that great. So the switch to the Poly ones, there really wasn't any performance increase or anything, honestly. And the only other difference, if anything, it was the temperature out. New front brake pads, but they were the same material. So as far as track conditions, it was a little bit warmer. It was about 5 or 10 degrees warmer than it was back in October. So not too much of a change there. Although, you know, it is a supercharged car that overheats pretty quickly. But I did not run into any overheating issues. You can see the gauges here on the car. The coolant temp and the IAT2, which is the intake air temperature 2. The sensor is relocated to below the blower with the Roush kit that I have. It's a 2.3 liter supercharger. If you want to check out any of the build videos of the Mustang, be sure to check out the plethora of playlists that I have. So as you can see here, while we're going around the track, had a blast out on the firm. The firm is always a great track to get on. It's very technical, although your car can heat up quickly. It's very hard on your brakes, but it's a lot of fun. So some of the issues that I had out of the firm definitely were the brakes. So the brake pads are not known for being that great for track duty. They're mostly autocross pads. They have a lot of high initial bite, so they're good for autocross for heavy cars like the Mustang. So if you try and put them on a lighter car, they can kind of upset weight balance and stuff. With the Mustang and the big wide tires that I'm running, it's not so great. You can tell in the video that I had a lot of ABS issues, or not really ABS, the brakes were just simply locking up. So I had to kind of take it easy on going into turn, was it 14? Basically the main high-speed braking turn. So I definitely could save some time switching to a different brake pad material, or even switching to different brakes. Now, like I said, if you don't know the full setup on the car, be sure to check out the playlist below, or the link below, where it has the full build list of the car and the tires and everything that I'm running. So it is basically, it's a 4-piston Brembo brake setup. You know, initially I never thought that the 6-piston would really become helpful, but it might. You know, the car is being transitioned to not running autocross all the time. As you can see behind me, this is going to be the new autocross car, the Model 3 Performance. Make sure if you're interested in getting a Tesla, because these things are amazing, to use my referral code down below to get 1,000 free supercharger miles. So what did I do differently to get the time? You know what? I'm not exactly 100% sure. You can see my best lap was just actually passing a Lotus. And I was actually a little nervous about this point by, because you know, it was kind of a short straightaway, and he kind of gave me the point by, and I'm hoping he'd slow down, and he did. So, but it was a little nerve-wracking because he kind of got offline for turn 4, which can be kind of a high-speed, no-lift turn. And if you do lift, you can kind of end up in the grass. Thankfully I didn't. The car, you know, did great. So I think one of the main things that has helped me is over the pandemic is that I have been practicing a lot in my crappy racing simulator. If you haven't seen the video for that, please check that out. It's pretty funny, but it's actually pretty useful because what it does is it really teaches you to be very gentle with your movements. And that seems like such a simple thing that people don't pay attention to, but very smooth, slow, you know, not death gripping the steering wheel can really help with track times. Just, you know, slow is fast a lot of these times, and some of the slower looking laps can actually be faster. You know, you don't want to be drifting around every corner. So moving on from the track day, like I did last October, we did an autocross the next day. This time, I think back in October, it was the track day didn't go that great, and the autocross did great. Kind of did the opposite here. The autocross did not go that great. Just kind of we ran the mirrored setup, where you ran kind of the reverse of the traditional firm setup. I couldn't really use third gear, and the car is limited to like 50-something miles an hour in second gear. So despite the run looking pretty clean, it just wasn't that actually fast because I was kind of limited to top speed. Probably should have tried third. I don't know why I didn't. Still had a blast though. And you know, like I said, the car is going to be seeing less and less autocross, and it's going to be seeing more track and more drift and drag actually. I have a new transmission to put in the Mustang that has a Australian fifth gear, so it's basically like the fifth gear in like a regular like Camaro or Mustang, like in a TR66, 6066. So it'll be able to actually go faster than 129.9 miles an hour if I actually want to go that fast. And the gears themselves will be stronger with a stronger shaft. So I have loads of different tires for the Mustang. I think I have like 16 different total tires for the Mustang. So I can get some drag radials, and I have loads of drift tires and stuff. So we're going to be doing some different things with the Mustang. Because what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of switch it to, in the summer months, I'm going to kind of switch it to the drifting. Because summer it's just way too hot to race. And all the drifting and drag racing is at night. It's 15 minutes from my house. It's just super convenient. And basically what that entails is just, since I have the Max Jacks lift now, just one time a year, or basically 2 times a year, and like in May and like October or something, you switch to a different axle that I'm going to build. So that's one of the things I'm going to be working on this summer is kind of taking out some of the racing differential that I have currently in the Mustang, and putting in a more traditional clutch-based differential that I will eventually actually just weld for drifting. So that should be a whole lot of fun. I'm going to put in the handbrake and everything. If you haven't seen any of the drifting videos, they're a whole lot of fun. And drifting is just completely different. You know, there's not really a competition in drifting. It's just a blast, and you feel like such an action hero. You know, just get in the car, drifting in the oval and stuff. So I just cannot emphasize how much fun it is, just compared to some of the frustrations that you can have with traditional like autocross and track racing, where you know you get passed by a Miata that has like 112 horsepower with some ungodly good driver. So that's it for this video. Like I said, if you're interested in buying a Tesla, we're going to be doing a lot more videos on this 2021 Model 3 Performance that we just got here. I'm just waiting to get the clear bra on before I start racing it and get my Ford Star F14s on it. The thing is just wicked fast. So if you're interested in getting one, use my referral code down below to get 1,000 free supercharger miles. And be sure to check out some of the other videos we got coming up for both this car, or if you like, you know, don't like silly electric cars, I got the America Mustang. You'll be doing a lot more drifting and cool stuff. So be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching.